Vinodbhai?
We can't hear you. You already done your bit? Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, I see. I hope the voice is okay, but because I could not hear what you were saying.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, something. Right. Jai Jinendra, everyone. Very happy to see you all once again. Today is our third and the last lecture of Bhaktamar Stotra. Very powerful stotra, very auspicious, and it's liked by Jains all over the world. Today is Rishabhdev Bhagwan's Janma Kalyana. Rishabhdev Bhagwan was born today. And this particular stotra is in praise of Rishabhdev Bhagwan, our first Tirthankar. So it's very auspicious thing that we are giving this lecture of Bhaktamar Stotra. Right. Last week, as far as I remember, we have done up to 30 gathas, 30 verses. So we'll start from number 31 because we've got a lot to cover today, and I hope we'll finish everything today. There are altogether 44 gathas plus 4 gathas of Digambar and Sanakasi people, and something about mantras and yantra of this particular Bhaktamar Stotra. So let's begin with it, and I would like to share screen now. That's done. So we will do Unidra, Pankaj. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's 32. 30. Okay. So I was reminded that we have done up to 31 gathas. So we'll begin from number 32. You can see a picture on the right hand side of this slide. Right. My wife will sing the original and then I will explain the thing. So it's number 32.
पुण्येन्द्र हेमनव पंकज पुंज कांति पर्युल्लसन्नख मयूख शिखाभिरामौ पादौ पदानि तव यत्र जिनेन्द्र दत्त पद्मानि तत्र विबुधाः परिकल्पयन्ति.
This is about a special happening once again. When Tirthankar starts walking after his Samvasarana, after giving discourse, what happens? He walks on this lotus. And how this lotus are formed? The lotus is here. There are devas. You can see one deva on this side, another one there, and another, the third one at the back. They are putting lotuses in front of the Tirthankar So his foot will rest on this lotus. He will start walking and his feet will go on and on and on. The same thing has been narrated in Lord Buddha's life. If you happen to go to Bodhi Gaya, very sacred place for Lord Buddha, that's where he got enlightenment. In Bodhi Gaya, in the town of Bodhi Gaya, you will see 9 lotuses on the ground. And it is said that Bhagwan Buddha was walking on these lotuses. There's, of course, Bodhi tree there, it's still there. And again, it is said that he got enlightenment under that tree. Of course, uh, somehow we have lost these things. All we know about Bhagwan Mahavir Swami, that Mahavir Swami attained Keval Gnana at Rujuvalika river. But as far as Adinath Bhagwan is concerned, as far as Adinath Bhagwan, we do not know much about these things. But this is a beautiful, beautiful verse. And it says, O Jinendra, the gods place divine golden lotuses under your feet wherever you are about to walk. And when you walk, your feet surrounded by the blooming golden fresh lotus shine because of the rays from your fingernails. This lotus shines because of the fingernails of Lord Adinath Bhagwan. So let's begin with number 33.
इत्थं यथा तव विभूतिरभूजभृरेन्द्र धर्मोपदेशनविधौ न तथा परस्य यादप्रवादिन कृतः प्रहतान्धकारा तादकृतो गहगणस्य विकाशिनोऽपि.
Right. O Jinendra Prabhu, the kind of the splendor and lucidity seen in yourself at the time of the discourse cannot be compared to anything else. The brightness of the sun, once the darkness has been dispelled, is something which cannot be compared with the light of the stars or planets. So, how he has been compared, and what the poet is trying to say that the brightness of the sun, I mean, you cannot compare this with the stars and planets light, you know. So similarly, the splendor and lucidity at the time of the discourse cannot be compared to anything else. Right. Now, we are coming to the different part of this stotra. This part is all about eradication of our fears. We human beings are afraid of many things, believe it or not. In olden times, people used to get scared from elephants and lion and war and these other things. But here, even in this day and age, at this day and age, people are afraid of many things. Diseases, death, enemy, government's rules and regulations sometimes. So here, the poet teaches us how we can eradicate our fear. And how it happens? It happens because of Adinath Bhagwan because we recite this stotra. So there are 8 to 9 types of fear. The first one, elephants.
श्चोतन्मदाविलविलोलकपोलमूल मत्तभ्रमद भ्रमनादविवृतकोपम् ऐरावतभमीपमुत्ततपापतन्तम् दृष्ट्वा भयं भवति नो भवदाश्रितानाम्.
First fear is that of elephant. See, in olden times, people were afraid. They were living in villages, sometimes in jungles, and any wild animal can come and kill them. So this was one of the biggest things. Those who take refuge unto you are not terrified on seeing a wild mammoth elephant. That elephant has got a special name like Airavat, whose anger is increased by humming bees whirling round his temples, and who is dirty when the trickling thick liquid rushing towards him. See, you can see on picture here, he is very much disturbed, is very angry, and is rushing towards some people, and people are really afraid. But the Acharya Mantung Suri, the poet says, no, those who take refuge unto you are not terrified, and they are always saved. Okay, so next one, please.
भिन्नेभकुम्भगलदुज्ज्वलशोणिताक्त मुक्ताफलप्रकरभूषितभूविभाग बद्धक्रमः क्रमगतं हरिणाधिपोऽपि नाक्रामति क्रमयुगाचल संसृतं ते.
That's about fear of lions. Second fear is that of lions. Even a lion who has torn open the temples of an elephant and scattered around white pearl-like drops, trickling rut, which have turned crimson with the blood. See how fierce the lion is. That is lion's description. And who is ready to pounce upon its prey, does not attack the ones who have taken refuge under the shelter of your divine feet. Here, see, the lion is just about to attack, but this person is praying Lord Adinath, and lion is pacified, just sits down and does nothing. So there is no fear of lions for those who pray Lord Adinath Bhagwan, Tirthankar Bhagwan. Then comes fear of fires. Kalpantakal Pavanotatan
कल्पान्तकाल पवनोततवनिकल्पम् दावानलं ज्वलितमुज्ज्वलमुत्फुल्लिङ्गम् विश्वं दिगुत्सुमिव सम्मुखमापतन्तम् त्वन्नाम कीर्तनजलं समयत्यशेषम्.
The third fear is that of fire. The recitation of your name is like water. which completely extinguishes the fire, which is emitting big flames and which has been intensified by the doomsday hurricane and which seems ready to destroy the whole world. See, even the very wild, very big, very intense fire will be extinguished. Extinguished by what? By recitation of your name, because your name will act like water and the fire will be completely extinguished. Fire, of course, we all know how dangerous the fire could be. Now, the verse number 37 will come.
रक्ते
Rakte.
क्षणमसमदकोकिलकण्ठनीलम् क्रोधोत्तं फणिनमुत्फणमापतन्तम् आक्रामतीक्रमयुगेन निरस्तशङ्क स्त्वनामनागदमनि हृदयस्य पुंसः.
Snake. That was one of the biggest and greatest thing which the fourth fear is that of snakes. That man who possesses the snake charming knowledge, Nagdamani Vidya, can cross the path of a deadly snake. The snake who is seated with a raised hood and whose eyes are red with anger and has turned dark blue like the throat of an intoxicated cuckoo. Again, the description of the snake. It has raised its hood, it's ready to bite, it's red with anger, and is so much angry, is very angry that his neck has turned blue. But your name acts like a Naga Damani Vidya, a knowledge which snake charming knowledge, that is. So your name is like a snake charming knowledge. Even the snake goes away. Valgatturanga.
वल्गत्तुरङ्गगजगर्जित भीमनाद माजौ बलं बलवतामपि भूपतीनाम् उद्यद्दिवाकरमयूखशिखापविद्धम् त्वत्कीर्तनात्तमैवासिभिदामुपैति.
Fear of war and army. Fifth fear is that of army in battle. We all know what's happening in the world now. Israel, Gaza war, Russia, Ukraine's war. Imagine people living in that area. They're scared. They're really scared. So, in olden times also, fifth fear, that fear was real, and there are no communication at that time. Suddenly an army could come and destroy everything. The army of mighty kings, where the horses are running at full gallop, and when the elephants are making fierce noises by roaring, is immediately destroyed on the battlefield by praising you. It is like the darkness when pierced by the sharp end of the rays of the rising sun. When sun rises, the darkness is destroyed. Similarly, your name can defeat that those mighty kings who have come to invade your territory, where the horses are running at full gallop and where the elephants are making fierce noises by rearing. is immediately destroyed on the battlefield just by praising you.
कुन्ताग्रभिन्नगजशोणितवारिवाह वेगावतारतरणातुरयोधभीमे युद्धे जयं विजितदुर्जय जय पक्षा स्वत्पादपङ्कजवना श्रैणो लभन्ते.
Again, it's the same type of thing. Fear of war and fear of losing in battle. These two fears. Those who take shelter under the lotus grove of your feet gain victory by vanquishing the unconquerable enemies in the war. The enemy looked unconquerable first, because the warriors, being impatient to cross the powerful stream of blood gushing forth from the elephants pierced by the pointed ends of lances, bhalo. But the one who prays Lord Adinath Bhagwan, who remembers him, who recites his name,
9 degrees.
become victorious and they are not harmed. This Ambo Nidau Kshubhitapi.
अम्बोनितौ क्षुभितभीषणनक्रचक्र पाठीनपीठभयदोल्बणवाडवाग्नौ रङ्गतरङ्गशिखरस्थित्यानपात्रा स्मरणाज व्रजन्ति.
Rasam Imagine in olden times when people were traveling by small boats or even big boats. There are no means of communication, no proper compass to guide them, and they were going in far and distant places. Indian people, the history says they were going to Indonesia, of course, by sea, then Thailand, and on eastern side on Muscat, Zanzibar, everywhere. And they were using boats with no proper facilities. So let's see this number 40, fear of voyages. Those who remember you fearlessly reach the shore even when they are sailing in a vessel floating on top of the rising billows of the ocean. The ocean, wherein a submarine fire is always burning, and which is the abode of the ferocious and excited crocodiles and alligators. See the description of the ocean. But those who remember you fearlessly, they reach the shore, they complete their journey even when they are sailing in a vessel like the one which has been described here, called basic vessels. Those boats were not fully equipped, as I said. There are no proper compass, there are no proper facility, no means of communication, and people were traveling. So this was one of the biggest fears again. 41, Udbhuta Bhishana.
उद्भूतभीषणजलोदरभारभूम्नाः शोचां दशामपगताश्च्युतजीविताशा त्वदपादपङ्कजरजो मृतदिग्धदेहा मर्त्या भवन्ति मकरध्वजतुल्यरूपाः.
Those mortals, this is a fear of disease. I mean, this is very much, even people nowadays, if something happens to them, they'll think that, oh, I might have got this, I might have got that, I might have got cancer and other things. We live in fear, and lots of people do that, yeah. They live in fear. If they got, say, tummy ache for a few days, they would think that, oh, there is something wrong in my tummy, something wrong in my stomach, my intestine, and all these things. So, fear of disease. The mortals bent down under the burden of the dreadful disease of dropsy, who are reduced to a deplorable condition and who have lost all hope of surviving. Even those people fully recover and become most handsome when they anoint their bodies with the nectar like particles taken from your lotus tree. See how it's described. They become Makara Dhwaja Tulya Rupa. Makara Dhwaj is a Kamdev. He was the most handsome person in our Hindu and Jain philosophy, Makara Dhwaj, Kamdev. So even a person who has got dreadful disease of dropsy or other diseases, they become like a Makardhwaj. They recover completely when they apply those a handful of dust from under your feet. Or when they recite your name, they pray you and they worship you. They will be cured. Here the poet uses the word Makaradhwaja Tulya Rupa, meaning a man becomes as handsome as the Kamdeva, a Hindu god who was famous for his handsome body. Now, number 42, Apadakantha.
आपादकण्ठमुरुशृङ्खलवेष्टिताङ्गा गाढं बृहन्निगडकोटिनिगृष्टजङ्गाः त्वन्नाम मन्त्रमनिशं मनुजाः स्मरन्त सद्यः स्वयं विगतबन्धभया भवन्ति.
Number 42 goes like that. Those men whose limbs are tied from head to toe in heavy chains, whose thighs have been bruised by the edges of the chains, become at once free from the fear of bondage by meditating upon your name. That's how to eradicate the fear of imprisonment. That was again a very real fear in olden times. Even now, people are afraid that those who have done something wrong, they would say that, oh, I'll be caught, I'll go to jail. This is what it happens. And in olden times, there were no proper justice systems. And the king would send anyone to jail and he would suffer all his life. So that was a big fear again, fear of imprisonment, bondage. But the poet says that those who meditate upon your name, who chant your name, would be free. 43, Mat Dvipendra.
मत्तदीपेन्द्रमृगराजदवानलाहि सङ्ग्रामवारिधि महोदर बन्धनोत्थम् तस्यासुनासमुपायति भयं विएव यस्तावकं स्तवमिमं मतिमानधीते.
Right. We have seen 8 to 9 fears, and this is a short summary of all those fears. Number 43. In this verse, the poet summarizes the fears which have been mentioned in previous verses. Those wise ones who recite this hymn of praise are always free of the fears of the wild leaders of the elephants. That is the first one. Then the king of the animals, that is lion. Second one, forest fire. Third, snakes. Fourth, wars. Five, ocean. Six, dropsy, disease. Seven, and imprisonment, bondage. Eight, in fact, fear itself is afraid of them. Nothing comes to them. No harm comes to them if they recite Adinath Bhagwan's name, and if they praise Adinath Bhagwan, if they worship him. Now the number 44 is Stotram Srajam.
स्तोत्रसृजं तव जिनेन्द्रगुणैर्निर्बद्धां भक्त्या मया रुचिरवर्णविचित्रपुष्पं दत्ते जनो हि कण्ठगतामजस्रं तममानतुङ्गमवसा समुपैति लक्ष्मी.
As far as the Shwetambar version is concerned, this one is the last, number 44, because there are 44 versions, 44 verses in Bhaktamar Stotra, 44 gathas. And the last one is about the moksha. O Jinendra Bhagwan, the goddess of wealth Lakshmi is compelled to come to Manatunga, who chants these multifaceted verses with devotion. See, this has got a completely different meaning if you read this in a different way. The goddess of wealth is Lakshmi. Here, you are not thinking about Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth only. You are thinking of getting final Lakshmi. That is the Lakshmi, the wealth of moksha, nirvana, final emancipation. That is the wealth we want. That is the final result we want. So Mantungacharya, the poet, the one who has composed this, he chants this verse. And how he chants? With different types of beautiful verses. And he wears the garland of moksha. See, that is another translation. This stotra, these 44 gathas, is like a garland because these 44, each gatha is like each pearl, each moti in the garland. And when you wear this garland, that means when you remember and recite this, you will surely achieve moksha. So this has got beautiful meaning. Jinendra, the goddess of wealth, is compelled to come to Mantunga. And Mantunga is the name of the Acharya who has composed this Bhaktamar Stotra. Now, I mentioned that Shwetambar version has got 44 gathas, but Digambars have got 4 more. Which are they? We'll quickly show you these things. Gambhiratara Rava, that is. And by the way, these 4 comes after 31. So as far as Digambar version is concerned, this is 32, 33, 34, and 35. 4 verses. Gambhiratara.
गम्भीरतारवपुरीतदिग्विभासस् त्रैलोक्यलोकशुभसङ्गमपुतिदक्षः सद्धर्मराज जय घोषण घोषकः सन् खेदन्दुभिर्नृत्य यशसः प्रवादी.
Right. This number 32 was about the Dundubi. If you remember, last time I mentioned that 8 divine things happen, or 8 divine things have been created when Lord is giving his discourse. They are miraculous things, miracles. And what happens? One is a Dundubi. Devas are playing Dundubi, that musical instrument. And then what happens after that? Number 33, Mandara Sundar.
Mandara Sundar Nameru Suparijata Santanakati Kusumotkara Vrishtiruddha Gandhoda Bindu Shubhamanda Marutprapata Divya Divah Patati Devachasam Tatirva.
Right. Another thing happens is all sorts of flowers. The names have been mentioned here. Mandara, Sundara, Nameru, Suparijata, Santanaka. These are different types of flowers. When Tirthankar Bhagwan is giving his discourse in a Samvasaran, the flowers fall from the sky. And imagine the atmosphere, imagine the fragrance all around Tirthankar Bhagwan. It must be very beautiful. It must be amazing to see it and to feel, to experience, and to smell that fragrance, because all sorts of flowers were falling from the sky. Then next one, Shumbhat Prabhavalaya.
Shumpat Prabhavalaya Puri Vibhavivoste Lokotraye Dayutimatam Dayutimakšipanti Prodaityada Divakara Nirantar Puri Sankhya Ditya Jayatyapi Disamapi Soma Saumyam.
Now, whenever you see the photograph of Tirthankar Bhagwan or a great man, what you will see? You will see a bright white halo behind his face. This is natural thing. It can be seen. And you might have seen lots of photographs, lots of pictures of Tirthankar Bhagwan. There always is a halo behind it. That halo is also called Abha Manda. And the glorious halo, Bha Manda, around you, which surpasses the brightness of all luminous objects in the universe. It dispels the darkness of the night, is more bright than countless suns put together, and still it seems as cool and soothing as the moon. So that is the description of the halo, Abhamanda, that circle you see. So these are the four Swarga Marga, one remaining now. Yes.
स्वर्गापवगर्गगममार्ग वीर्मा गणेष्टः सत्तर्मतत्त्वकथनैकपटुश्रीलोक्याः दिव्यध्वनिरभवति ते विशदार्थसत्त्व भाषा स्वभावपरिणामगुणैः प्रयोज्य.
It says your divine speech is most suitable for all beings who seek the path of liberation. This is amazing because people who went to hear him, people who went to hear what Adinath Bhagwan was saying, listen to his discourse and everything, each and every one of those who were present there could understand what he was saying, and they could find answers for their own problems. So that was the beauty of his discourse. So that is called Bhasha Prabhava. So this is again one of the divine happening when Tirthankara Bhagavan is speaking. So we have rather taken all these things, we have we have recited it, and I have given meaning of all 48 gathas of Bhaktamar Stotra. Now there are other aspects. It is said that Bhaktamar Stotra is a powerful one. It has got so many powers, even the power of mantra, how you chant mantra, is something we must learn here. First, let me explain something about the mantra itself, not Bhaktamar Stotra, but mantra in general. What is mantra? A single word or short phrase repeated over and over again as a focus for thought and sometimes for the purpose of obtaining certain desired result is called mantra. This is a beautiful definition of mantra. A lot of people say that, oh, can we chant this mantra? Can we chant that mantra? Which is the best mantra for us? Which is the best mantra for obtaining some desired results? So, what is the mantra? A single word or short phrase. Once it is chanted again and again, repeatedly, with full concentration, that becomes mantra. The sages in India have made a detailed study of the effects of sound or sound vibrations. Right. You might ask me, how does it work? I can explain it very briefly like this. See, every sound has got its own wavelength. When you say m, b, b, can you see me? M, b, b, p. Did you notice anything? My lips were touching, wasn't it? So there are certain wavelengths on each letter of the alphabet. When you say ka, kha, ga, ga, vibration is there. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma, vibration is there. So these vibrations are very effective. Our body parts move accordingly. Our diaphragm moves accordingly. And the waves spread everywhere. Do you know the whale? When one whale, that big fish, calls another, how does she call her own friend or whoever, another whale? We cannot hear because they all under the sea, under the water. But that certain pitch, those waves travel for so many kilometers. And you can check this in Google or wherever in certain books. These sound waves travel so many kilometers that another whale would listen to this thing and get here. So different wavelengths are there on different sound. So when we chant Om, it produces certain wavelength. When you chant Rim, it produces a different type of length. And these chanting bring desired results. You might say it is miracle, you might say scientific, or the third thing is if you believe in mantras, your self confidence will increase. You will believe that, oh, this will bring desired result. If person has got some disease, then Guru will say that, oh, please chant this mantra and you will be all right. His confidence will increase. He will have faith in that and he will get an energy to fight. And at the same time, his mind will be cool. These things bring desired results. And some people say, of course, miracles do happen. By chanting Navkar mantra, people get cured, all sorts of desired results are available. So mantra, the word mantra comes from mantra, the one which protects your mind, which helps your concentration is called mantra. And there are so many mantras in Bhaktamar Stotra which we have just learned. Right. First, let us see the basic mantra in our Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist culture. The basic mantra is Om. Hindus, Jain, and Buddhists all believe in the first divine letter. This is called a pranav mantra. Pranav mantra means it is said that when this universe began, when there was a big bang, the first thing happened was the sound of Om came and spread everywhere. Om. So that was the first sound. And that is why it's called Pranav Mantra. And this has got one seed and it has got a power of its own. It is used as a prefix to other mantras as well. When you chant Om, Om, Om repeatedly, you will see the desired results. Jains believe in Rim, a powerful seed. It's made up of these letters H, R, I, and M. R, H, R, E, M. That's Rim. Now it is said that Rim has got a completely different type of energy. It is the seed of fire. It produces heat when you chant Rim, 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 Rim repeatedly. And I have experienced that. The sound waves created by REM produces heat. So it's a seed of energy. It's also called Maya Bij, and in our Jain terminology, it's also the seed of Padmavati Mata. Because in H, Rim mantra represents Parshnath Bhagwan. R represents his Yaksha Dharnendra. I represents the goddess Padmavati. And M, you can see the crescent. See this rim, and there is a crescent and the dot. M is the crescent with a dot. It symbolizes light and energy. So the seed Om can be used as a single mantra, and one can just chant Om only and repeatedly. But people doing yoga and breath control often use this mantra. Om can also be used with other seeds and other words worshipping a particular deity. Reem is never used on its own. You can try it, but generally what happens? We say Om, Reem, Sri, Adi, Nathaya, Namaha. So that's where the Om will come, Reem will come, Sri will come, and then Adinath Bhagwan's name. And Namaha at the end means I bow down. So the whole mantra will be Om, Reem, Sri, Adinathaya Namaha. You can say Om, Reem, Srim, Parsnathaya Namaha. These are again very simple mantras. But in Bhaktamar Stotra, there are quite a few mantras, more than 48 in fact, and brings desired results. See, this is the first verse of Bhaktamar Stotra. This particular diagram is called yantra. These type of yantras are inscribed on copper plate, and people worship this. Here the first gatha, first verse of Bhaktamar Stotra has been mentioned. Bhaktamar Pranata Mauli Mani Prabhana Mudyutakam Dalita Papa Tamo Vitanam Samyak Pranamya Jinapad Yugam Yugata Valambanam Bhavajale Patatam Janana. And there is a mantra underneath. Om, Ram, Rim, Rum, Srim, Klim, Blum, Krim, Om, Brim, Namaha, Swaha. And this particular mantra eradicates, destroys all obstacles. That is what is written in our book of Bhaktamar Stotra. So this particular mantra and the particular yantra is worship. You don't need this yantra, but if you have it, it's well and good. But if you haven't got it, that is okay. You can chant mantra if you have got some shraddha, faith in it. You can chant and you will feel good. And as I said, there are more than 48 yantras. This is called yantra, carved on a copper plate, or sometimes nowadays people do it a printed version as well. There are lots of yantras as well, but what I will do, I'll show you one or two more in my book. Let me stop share and so there are two more yantras here. One has got a long mantra, Om Namo Bhagavati Gunavati Mahamanasi Swaha. This is for invoking fortune, wealth, education, and removing danger of enemy and disease. And this particular one, Om Shrim Shrim Shrum Sraha Satrubhaya Nivarnaya Taha Taha Namaha Swaha. This is for acquiring power, wealth, victory, and discrimination, and improving intelligence. So there are different types of mantras, uh, some for removing disease, some for um, getting wealth and other things. But I don't want to go very deep into all these things, but wanted to show you that Bhaktamar Stotra is also very famous because of its mantras, because of its jantra, and it is also said that doesn't matter if you do not know any mantra, doesn't matter if you do not worship the yantra. If you recite Bhaktamar Stotra, it will bring desired results. It will help you. It will help you in bringing, say you want something, you want peace, quiet, you want in your family, at your workplace. It is said that Bhaktamar Sutra will bring that, will grant you that, it will grant all your wishes, and the final thing we are supposed to wish for is moksha, not the wealth. Yeah, that we must remember. Final thing is moksha. So we must pray for moksha and nirvana, not for material wealth, not for material gain. This will help us, of course, mantras, but our final goal should be the goal of achieving nirvana. And as I said, today is the Janma Kalyanak of Adinath Bhagwan, the first Tirthankara. So we pray, Lord Adinath Bhagwan, that there is a peace, there's peace everywhere, people are happy, and we also enjoy our life. We do good things for our community, for our family, and for our country. This is what we want. So, friends, I will end this, and if you have any questions, I'll try and answer them. Miraben?
Sure. If anyone has any questions, please can you put your hand up, raise your hand, and we can ask them to Vinodbhai here. Or if you'd like to put them in the chat, I can ask Vinodbhai.
Bhaktamar Stotra has been translated into many, many languages. And you can get the Gujarati translation, Hindi, English, lots of other translation. And there are so many books. And perhaps this is the only stotra. I mean, if you open YouTube, you'll see lots of stavans and singing of Bhaktamar Stotra. Anuradha Podwal's version is very good, so melodious. Yeah. And if you have any doubt about anything, just ask me. Share it.
I've just received a message just to say thank you to Vinodbhai. So Dina says thank you.
Okay. So no other questions or anything.
Sorry, Vinodbhai, I
want to-
have a question, please.
I have a
Okay.
good question.
You know this last mantra that you just shared, would you be able to share that with us, like in a chat or something?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm. Acquiring power, wealth, victory. That
One.
mantra.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, yeah. Because if I write in Sanskrit and I haven't got this thing to write, I can write in English.
Yeah, English would be better.
Yeah, or if people can see it, no, it may not be.
No,
Is it clear?
no.
No, it's not clear. It says, just let me see how to. If I write on share screen, would that be, that would work? I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Not very clever on that. I'll speak and then you know more. It goes like that. Om Shrim Shrim Srum Srha Satru Bhaya Nivarnaya Thah Thah Namah Swaha. That's how it goes. Yeah. It's difficult, but you can even ring me after when you have any doubt or any questions you want to ask later. But this is the one.
Vinodbhai, what I can suggest, if you copy that, what you've just written, are you able to highlight and copy that? And then just put it in the chat.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. If you put it in the chat for everyone, then they can note it down.
Yeah. But always, not always, what I'm saying is try Om Rim, simple one, and practice that. Especially Rim, you will see the effect of Rim, you know, and it's true that vibrations, sound vibrations, you can read more about sound vibrations and how it affects our health and everything. Google maybe, yeah. So Om Rim Sri Adinathaya Namaha, Om Rim Sri Parshnathaya Namaha. You can use a rosary. Rosary's got 108 beads, and that can be chanted 108 times. Must have full concentration, of course. Yeah, that will help. Yeah, but that one will be good.
Vinodbhai, I just wanted to ask you કે
Yeah.
આપણે મંત્રને બોલીએ we say Shri. Is it Shri or Shrim?
Here in particular, it is Shrim.
No, any
See, both,
mantra
no.
we say. So if you are saying Om Rim Shrim, Om Rim Shri Parshvanathaya Nama. So is it Shri or Shrim?
I will explain that, yes.
Thank
See,
you.
Shrim and Shri, they are two different things. Shri is like, see, in front of my name, people might say Mr. Vinod Kapashi or Dr. Vinod Kapashi, right? That's thing. So Shri is usually Shri comes in front of name. It's like a title of respect, Shri. But Shrim is a beach, seed, and it's more used in all these mantras. So I'll give you one mantra. Om, Vrim, Shrim, Sri Parshnathaya Namaha. The both are there.
Om Hrim
Om, Vrim, Shrim. Shrim is used as a beach. Is a beach of what is called Saubhagya, again, wealth and prosperity, Shrim. And Sri is like a prefix to the name. Om Rim Shrim, Sri Parshnathaya Namaha. You got it? What I'm trying to say?
Yes, I think that's Shri is the
First time you say
equivalent.
Shrim with the M at the end, Shrim. And the second time you just say Sri.
Shri.
But in some mantras you might say only one, either Shrim or Sri or yeah. But different meanings that I have explained you. Yeah.
So Vinodbhai, I've got a few questions that have come through. One is from Hina. She's asking which mantra is for giving one mental peace.
Mental peace. Right. If you want, give me 1 minute, let me. I'll stop share right now. One second. Right. Yeah. You said giving what, peace?
Yeah, mental peace.
And mental peace, yeah. 1 second. I got the whole book of those 48 mantras. But yeah. Om Namo Bhagavati Jai Vijay Moya Moya Stambhya Stambhya Swaha. That is the long mantra. And I can send it or email or anything to anyone wants it.
Can you just repeat it one more time?
Sorry. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavati Jai Vijay Moya Moya Stambhya Stambhya Swaha. It's a long one. Let me see. There might be another one here. There is another one here. That's a little bit again difficult. Om Ram Rim Rum Shrim Klim Plum Krom Om Rim Namah Swaha. It might be difficult. What I would advise you is just recite Bhaktamar Stotra and recite Uvasaggaharam Stotra. It will give you peace of mind and generally mental peace, you know. Uvasaggaharam Stotra is again very powerful stotra and it's very small. That one is Parshnath Bhagwan Stotra, Uvasaggaharam. This one is Adinath Bhagwan Stotra. And one gatha I taught to number 26, Tubhyam Namastri Bhuvanarti Haraya Natha. That one is very powerful. All you have to remember is gatha number 26. So let's go. Won't take long here. it is on this one. Right. And this one is quite powerful. It's bit easy to remember it, and you can always recite on its own. तुभ्यं नमस्त्रिभुवनार्तिहराय नाथ तुभ्यं नमः क्षितितलामलभूषणाय तुभ्यं नमस्त्रिजगतः परमेश्वराय तुभ्यं नमो जिनभवोदति शोषणाय. So if you can't do those mantra because they are a bit difficult in pronunciation, this one is quite nice, and I'm sure you'll be able to remember it after some practice.
I think Anila's got her hand up, Anilaben.
Sorry.
Anilaben's got a question. If you'd like to mute yourself. Yeah.
મારો પ્રશ્ન છે કે આપણે ભક્તામૃત સ્તોત્ર આ ભાષામાં ના બોલી શકીએ અને ગુજરાતીમાં બોલીએ તો એનો પણ ઇફેક્ટ સેમ આવે.
Original Sanskrit is better.
ઓકે
પણ ન થાય તો I mean ગુજરાતી વર્ઝન છે ને
હા છે.
એ પણ સારું છે.
ઓકે
ગુજરાતી વર્ઝન પણ સરસ જ છે. તો એ કરો તો તમને મનમાં એકદમ પીસ લાગશે, તમને સારું લાગશે, સારા ભાવ જાગશે. આ બધી વસ્તુથી શું થાય છે કે ગુડ વાઇબ્રેશન સ્પ્રેડ and the good atoms spread all around us when we sing these, when we recite continuously with cool and collective mind, everything will spread around. And this will affect us, and it will affect other people around us.
હોલ
તો કોઈના મનમાં
એન્વાયરમેન્ટ
જે ખરાબ ભાવ
હોલ
હોય ને
એન્વાયરમેન્ટ.
એ પણ જતો રહે તમે બોલો એટલે
હા
રોજ.
સાચી વાત છે.
તમારા મનમાં અસર થાય અને કારણ કે આને એક ડિવાઇન પેલા પૂતગલ હોય છે, એટમ્સ all around. So it will spread and it will help you and help others. એટલે આપણે કોઈ માંદું હોય તો તમે આની પાસે જઈને નવકાર મંત્ર સંભળાવો છો ને એવી રીતે.
ઓકે
Thank you.
નવકાર મંત્ર ઉવસગરમ અને આ કરવાનું.
Thank you, Anilaben. I've got a couple of questions on the chat. Vinodbhai, relating to the mantras you wrote earlier, the Om Shrim 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 Shra mantra. Is there, someone's asking, can you recite this mantra on behalf of your relatives?
Definitely. It will help them. Yeah.
Okay.
You can recite on behalf of others. You can recite at home. You can recite in front of them. You can recite with rosary or without rosary. With rosary, there are some rosary which has got 27 beads only. So you can recite this 27 times. The normal rosary we see, Mara, it has got 108 beads. So Om Shrim Shrim Shrum Sara Satru Bhaya Nivaranaya Taha Taha Nama Swaha. That's what that mantra was.
Okay. And also, which mantra is for eradicating pain and also for becoming victorious?
Oh, yeah, there are so many people. Yeah.
Two separate. So one's for eradicating pain and one's for becoming victorious.
Yeah.
And if possible, I will ask for these mantras to be shared on the WhatsApp group. We had a few requests come through. So
yeah, I mean, what I will do, I mean, I will share quite a few later. One is uh, freeing yourself from all sorts of pains. Om Namo Bhagavati Sudropadrava Santikarini Roga Kashta Jvara Upasamanam Kuru Kuru Swaha. One is that, and the other one you said, which one was that? Victory Mate.
Yeah, victory, becoming victorious.
That's quite a long one. Let me see. Yeah. Om Namo Chakreswari Devi Chakradharini Chakranankulam Sadhaya Sadhaya Satrun Mulaya Swaha. Victory Mate. The other one I had said was Om Namo Bhagavati Kshudraupadrava Santi Karini Roga Kashta Jurop Samanam Kuru Kuru Swaha. So, a banne. Main thing is we must have faith, and એ હેલ્પ કરે. ફેથ કેવી રીતે આવે કે ફેથ બટ યુ હેવ ટુ ટ્રાય સમથિંગ, બરાબર ને? આપણે એકલું ફેથ અને એકલું કોન્ફિડન્સ રાખીએ અને સપોઝ કે મેડિસિન લેતા હોય ના લઈએ તો એવું નહીં કરવાનું, બરાબર ને?
Okay. Does anyone else have any more questions they'd like to ask Vinodbhai before we close the session? I've received one. Is it possible to get access to the mantra book? So, what's the actual book called?
This whole book is a very big one, Bhaktamar Stotra.
Okay.
And it's written by Srimad Vijay Raj Yashuri. But this one is in Gujarati. I've got my own book in English. If you go to Jain e-library and type Nausmarana, because Bhaktamar Stotra is one of the 9 sacred recitations, Nausmarana, or type my name, and you'll see list of few of my books. There you will see Nausmarana, and there is a whole big chapter, say about 50 pages of Bhaktamar Stotra. Some mantras have been given there.
Okay.
You can see that, yeah.
That's great. So I'll just put the in the chat, Jain e-library.
Jain e-library. Then, first time when you open it, you will become member, but it's all free. Okay. Because then you can download any book, you can print, there's no charge, nothing. And they got more than 10,000 books in e-library, Jain books. It's a marvelous work.
Okay, so I think we will end the session there then. We've not received any more questions. So, Vinodbhai, I'd like to thank you for this wonderful 3 sessions you've given us, bringing in wonderful definitions of each verse of the Bhaktamar Stotra, and also a special thank you to your wife as well, who sang each verse beautifully. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much. And I encourage everyone to go to the Jain e-library website so you can download all of these mantras in English or buy the book in Gujarati, and just continue saying these verses, saying these mantras, and bring the vibration to yourselves and to your surroundings as well. It's very powerful. Even just doing the Omkar mantra as well is very powerful by itself. So we'll end this session now, and hope to see you again soon, Vinodbhai, to step in shoes. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Michhami Dukram.
Michhami Dukram.
Just in case if something.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you and Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Vinodbhai.
Thank you, thank you.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, તમારે જરૂર હોય તો contact me for mantras or anything. I mean, bye.